Hello students, my name is Rohan. I welcome you all on my channel. In this video, we will see the theme questions of 4.4 drama. The name of the chapter is The Sign of 4. These questions are from the textbook, page 216. From this chapter, you will get two questions, each of 2 marks. And I'm sure this video will be helpful to you all. We start with A3. The question is cite various references from the extract that tell us about the period. Such questions will not be there in the board exam because only subjective questions will be asked from this chapter. The lines are exactly taken up from the book, so the grammar may not be correct. Let's see these lines. First one, I'm reading it for you. My father, who was senior captain. The period which it talks about is 1878. Next one, an advertisement appeared in the Times. It talks about 1882 time or the period. Last one, Major Sholto of Upper Norwood died. It talks about the year 1882. Let's go to the next question. We'll start with the question, how does the series of action go from London to India? Explain by citing references from the extract. The answer is Mary Watson gave the case of a missing father to Sherlock Holmes in London. Her father and Major Sholto, the officers in charge of the Andaman jail in India, they make a deal with Small to share the hidden treasure which he looted along with other 3 from Indian Maharaj. They would help Small to escape, and in return, he would tell them where the treasure is hidden in the Agra fort. But Sholto double crosses both and keeps the treasure for himself. His son feels that Mary has been wrong, so he sends the pearl and wants to meet her. So here you can see that there was series of action from London to India, and which makes the extract really interesting. Let us move to the next question. The extract begins when Mary Watson meets Sherlock Holmes at his house. After that, Holmes, Dr. Watson, and Mary visit some places in London. Let us see the answer. Mary's father was missing, and she received 6 pearls and a letter from a stranger asking her to meet at the Lysine Theatre without informing the police. She offered the case of missing father to Sherlock. So he, along with Dr. Watson, go with Mary to meet the stranger. Before the 3 reach the 3rd pillar of the Lysine Theatre, the servant of the unknown person meets them. He takes them to places like Roster Row, Vincent Square, Wordsworth Road. Then they are taken to a remote place in London where there are dull brick houses, 2-story villas, and finally they reach Tara's house, who is the stranger. The third question is basically the setting of the extract is in London, but it has some references of India too. Explain how the settings of the extract contribute to the theme of the novel. Let's see the answer. Mary Watson gave the case of a missing father to Sherlock Holmes in London. Her father and Major Sholto make a deal with Small, who looted the treasury from Indian Maharaj. They would help Small to escape from the Andaman jail, and in return, he would tell them where the treasure is hidden in Agra fort. But Sholto double crosses both and keeps the treasure for himself. His son feels that Mary has been wronged, so he sends Pearls and wants to meet her. Let us see further. The theme is the shallowness of wealth and greed which destroys everybody in the extract. Small has to live most of his life in jail. The Agra treasure had affected everyone. Thaddeus and his father spent their lives in fear of Small. Mary lost her father, and Watson had problems confessing his love to Mary because of the treasure. So, here you can see how the settings of the extract contribute to the theme of the novel. Now we move on to describe in brief the importance of following places in the extract. The first is London. Mary visits Sherlock's office and Watson falls in love with her. The three go to meet the stranger at the Lysine Theatre. They are taken to the remote part of London at a servant where the stranger Thaddeus lives. All these events takes place in London, so it is the main part of the setting. The next is the Lysine Theatre. It is a place where Thaddeus calls Mary to meet. He feels that Mary has been wronged regarding the treasure, so he sends pearls and wants to meet her. The place is a symbol of wealth as upper and the rich class of London arrives in four wheelers, cabs, and carriages. The men are neatly dressed, and women are wearing shawls and diamonds. Mary, along with Sherlock and Watson, visits this place. Before they reach the third pillar, the servant of Thaddeus meets them. Let us see about Edinburgh. It is a place where Mary lived till the age of 17 in a comfortable boarding establishment. Her father was an officer in the Indian regiment and her mother was dead. So she was admitted in the boarding. Now it is Agra, importance of Agra. Small was forced to loot along with three persons from an Indian Maharaj during the national uprising of 1857. Small and others were arrested, but the treasure was hidden in the Agra fort. Mary finds a paper at the father's desk, which was the map of the Agra fort with the names of four persons. Sherlock uses it to solve the case further. We will see about the Andaman Islands. Mary's father and Major Sholto were the officers in charge of Andaman jail. Small was arrested and put in the same jail. They make a deal with Small to share the hidden treasure which he looted from an Indian Maharaj, and they would help Small to escape in return. But things did not turn that way, as Major Sholto double crosses both Mary's father and Small. We have reached the last question. Which places in India and England are mentioned in the extract? Give importance. Such tables will not come in the exam for this chapter in your board exam, but still, let's see. Here, the first place of importance in India is Agra. Agra is the place where the treasure was hidden. Andaman is the place where Small was jailed, and Watson and Sholto were the officers in charge. They have a deal with Small that he would tell them about the treasure, and Small will be helped to escape from the jail. Now we see for London. London, the first place is London itself, where Mary brings the case of a missing father for Sherlock. Next place of importance is the Lysine Theatre, the meeting place where the stranger calls Mary. The last place of importance in London is Edinburgh. It is a place where Mary completes her boarding. I'm sure everything is understood. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have liked the video, please let us know. You can also write in comment box if any changes are required or which we can make the videos more better. I would also tell the students to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notification of all the future videos. So bye students.